leave it to DraftKings to once again egregiously misprice pitchers on a 14-game slate, no less. But I tell you what, we would be stupid to not take advantage of this one tonight. You're watching The Perfect Lineup, where Josh Engleman and myself, Dave Loughran, strive each and every day to build the most beautiful lineup, take down a tournament, and remember, all we need is one. MLB DFS is tough. You're not going to get wins every day, but you position yourself for the opportunity to win, and when it comes, you're in business. Anyway, leave a comment down below. You can be in business as well, because we're giving out a free week of MLB Sims every day we do this show if you get tonight's top stack right. And if you're the only one to get it right, there is no drawing. You're simply in. So guess your top stack for tonight down below. And as always, you've seen all those Stokastic avatars atop the leaderboard. You just want to bypass, cut the line, and get in on the Sims right now. This is the last day to take advantage of promo code PERFECT. After this, it's gone. That'll get you 50% off your first week of MLB Core Sims, last day of code PERFECT. And of course, if you like this content, hit us with the thumbs up and subscribe. It's 100% free to do. Let's make it happen. So as always, 2 pitchers, a stack. We'll throw in some other pitchers along the way to give you guys a little bit of wiggle room in the event that you want some autonomy here. Let me tell you something. If you're not using the Stokastic tools, now you should be, but this video is always going to be free no matter what. Using pitcher props as a compass, easily your best option, and it's not even close. Now, take a look at these 2 Will Warren props for tonight. You have a 6.5K prop with juice to the over and 1.5 earned runs allowed. Those are fantastic props. Now, it's not just pitcher props. Look at the game lines. Look at the derivatives, too. The Yankees are 250 money line favorites at home, minus 250. And the Athletics have a slate low 3.7 run implied total tonight at Yankee Stadium, where it's only 72 degrees with winds blowing in from center at 9 miles per hour. And look, all of this is well and good, but the salary has to be commensurate with all of these numbers we're talking about to make it worthwhile. Or in the case of DraftKings, it needs to not be commensurate, but in our favor. And in the case of Will Warren at $8,300, he is objectively underpriced tonight. Look at the top pitchers tool on the screen. He has the 4th best value percentage in the top pitchers tool and the highest top 2 pitcher probability of anyone going on a 14-gamer. But he's the 9th most expensive pitcher on the slate. He'll be popular tonight. There's no doubt about it. But here's the thing. He should be. And I'm not going to shy away from a fantastic pitching option just because he's getting ownership.
No video yesterday thanks to the schedule, but we still have to pay off Wednesday, and we had 8 people get the Cubs correct as the top stack. So now all what's left to do is spin this wheel and find out that the person getting the free week of MLB Sims is going to be at CZW. Congratulations, you just won a week of MLB Sims Core. Email support@stokastic.com to get it.
Speaking of underpriced pitchers, Jose Soriano is still sitting at a low 7K price point, and he's been dominant lately. Look, we can't use a 3-game sample to draw all of our conclusions here. I'm not saying we should, but the fact that on the season, this guy has a 90th percentile fastball, a 99th percentile ground ball rate. You're talking about a north of 66% ground ball rate. Yeah, I'd be lying if I told you it's not very encouraging to see that he has a 36% K rate over his last 3 outings. Now, here's the thing. That's not going to hold, right? He's not going to be ripping off 10, 12 strikeouts every game, but his knuckle curve is generating a ton of swings and misses, and he's only allowed 3 home runs on the entirety of the season, 93 innings, which is nuts. Look, the only thing I don't love about this matchup, perfectly clear here, is the fact that the Nats are going to run out probably 6 lefties in this lineup. And Soriano's definitely produced better results against righties than he has against lefties. But you know what? This is a price play through and through, and sometimes you just have to take advantage of it. He's our 6th highest projected pitcher tonight, and the 17th most 17th, easy for me to say, most expensive pitcher among 28. So what are we supposed to do outside of get some Soriano in our lineups? Also, if you guys are looking for some alternative pitching options, Logan Gilbert in Texas, Dylan Cease, Jose Quintana at home against the Rockies. You know what? Maybe even Bryce Elder at home against a currently lifeless Philadelphia Phillies squad.
Thanks to Laffy's picks at pitcher, we actually can have some salary to work with for the first time in ages. So kudos to Laffy for giving me a little bit of help. But we're actually going to be using a stack that's not even all that expensive. I want to go to the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Rockies and Kyle Freeland. The data is going to seem a little weird on the surface, but hear me out here. 10th in top stack, 9th in top value, 7th in stack score, 4th in ownership. You wouldn't think that I'm going to end up on a team with that sort of outline because it seems like they're a little overowned. But I really don't think that that's the case. They have the 6th highest implied total, and the matchup against Kyle Freeland is always something that I'm looking at. He's been getting knocked around for a couple years now at this point, in particular against righties. 195 x ISO against righties since the beginning of last season, like slightly less than a 9% swinging strike rate. He just doesn't get whiffs. Guys make a lot of contact. That doesn't go well. And it's not like he's exceptional against lefties either. The power comes down for sure. He does get a couple extra swings and misses, but he's still an average at best pitcher against lefties. So we can focus on some of the righties in the lineup. Chourio, Contreras, Hoskins, those three look pretty easy, but they are a little outfielder heavy, and they do have slightly more lefty bats than I really want to get to, whether that's Collins, Frelick, Yelich, knocking off outfield, outfield, outfield. You can get to Ortiz at short. But I do think that what this is going to allow us to do is fill out the rest of our lineup with some massive bats. And I'm willing to take that balance because 7th on this size slate in stack score, that still works for me. Now we get to the fun part. Finishing off this lineup in the single lineup simulator at stokastic.com, we've got Warren and Soriano locked in at pitcher. 5-man Brewers stack with Contreras, Hoskins, Durbin in at third, Ortiz in at short, Chourio as our lone outfielder from the Brewers. That leaves us 2nd and 2 outfield spots that we need to fill out. And all we have to do is click complete this lineup, and that's going to give us the best 3-man combination we can get. One note, we have $16K left in salary. That's $5,300 per spot. Curious to see who we're going to get. We get a little bit of synergy with Christian Moore. We grab an Angel to go along with Jose Soriano. And then I think we did all right with our 2 outfield spots. Give us Aaron Judge and Ronald Acuna. Those are 2 massive bats that allow us to fill out the rest of this lineup. And we're not taking on too much ownership in the stack. Last thing we got to do is find out just how good this lineup looks by clicking Run Lineup Simulation. And we absolutely knocked this one out of the park. Pretty good pun there. 59% sim ROI, 0.2% to win, 2.2% chance at the top 10, and a 36% cash rate. Maybe you want to get more out of there. Maybe you don't want to go Judge and Acuna, but you're going to have a ton of flexibility because we have infinite money left over by stacking the Brewers, who are going to give us what I hope to have as the perfect lineup.